Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is another throwback video to 2017. In fact, actually this goes back to 2016. And that is a Bat Châtillon 25 ton. It's a French tier 10 medium tank located on the south spawn of Fiery Salient under the command of ineedcoffeedude. And you can see one mark of excellence on this barrel and battle has started. Now this was back in the day when Arty was all powerful, before the stun mechanic was introduced, and this little French tank is one of the almost scourges, you might say, of Arty, because it's a fast reloading, magazine loaded tank based on the AMX design with the swiveling turret, or rather the turret that moves up and down, and he's popping up onto the hill. Now Fiery Salient, back for those who don't know it, it's actually basically a version of Prokhorovka with slightly different configuration, and it was actually quite a different map because you couldn't play it exactly the same way as other people playing Prokhorovka, because there were tanks that were actually in the way. Some wrecks did sort of like inhibit your ability to scout on the midline. But he's gone up into a spotting position in a bush, looking for the sight of the enemy. He's got 5 shots, and he's using, I believe, the 105mm gun. We can just check that. Yes, it is. And he's got alpha damage of 390, penetration 259, and he's only using standard ammo, which is APCR. The premium ammo is heat, and he's not using it, or any HE either. But remember, it's magazine loaded, so you've got a very fast fire rate from the gun, but then you've got to reload all 5 shots, and you only carry 30 rounds rather in total, so you only get 6 reloads. But you can fire off those magazines very, very quickly once you've ambushed an enemy. Now, with the alpha damage of 390, you could normally take care of an enemy tank between 4 or 5 shots, but you don't want to run out of ammo. And I've seen other players use this tank and fire nothing but heat, or a mixture of heat and APCR, but no HE. Well, there's a customer. Panzer 38 Mutz. Yep, gets a lovely round in. He gets 808 off that one. Well, it says 381. 381's what he's been given in way of hit points. And that Mutz has pulled back below the line. He knows he's in danger. You don't want to tassel with a 25 ton. You really can actually come off a lot worse. It's almost like the TVP T50-51, which can virtually exterminate any tank with just one magazine. He's just moving forward slightly. He was using the bush mechanic a second or so ago, but he's lost sight of all the enemy altogether. My thought is, yes, they were pulling back below the ridgeline. He's in the bush mechanic now, puts a round into the Emil, and he can't be seen. Going for the turret. Remember, the turret on the Emil is angled, but it is a magazine loaded gun, so if you can hit the ammo rack at the back, the bustle. Going for the CDC, gets 1 round in, pulls back. It's 377. And the CDC has been taken out by the M53-55 with 1 shot after that. So he picks up some spotting damage there. 902 spotting. 912, I should say, not spot 902. Now, if you're wondering why I'm using red for the enemy colour, it's actually because I was lazy. I do apologise to those people who are colourblind. I normally reset the server every time I play into the games, but I started these reloads today. Oh, now ineedcoffeedude just gone for a full reload, and he had the bustle of the Emil in sight for a brief second. Now I stopped what I was saying. Yes, I do apologise to those people who are colourblind. I know that you can't normally see the red as well and so I normally go automatically to blue, but I just forgot to reset it when I played this different version of the client. Okay, he's moving up. He's going to assassinate the tanks. Going for the Emil 2. Gets one in. Locks on, gets the second one in. He's going to fire a third. Yeah, takes him out. Going for the Mutz. One in. Can go for the second. And is he going to... Yes, he does. He gets him. So he's got 2 kills out of that, but he needs to get out of there now because the Emil 2 could actually badly damage him. Oh, he takes a round from an IS-3. Dives for the dip and escapes. Only having lost some rounds, some hit points to the IS-3. I think the Emil 2 was taken out by... yep, he managed to be taken out by somebody else on his team. I didn't see who did that, but he's almost reloaded. And I think he's going to go back up on top of the hill. Or is he? No! He's decided to go back up the same route. Use the village. Or is he? No, he's going to cross. He's changing. Now we've got an IS-7 over on the left. We know there's an IS-3 somewhere in the north on the east side of the map. The T-34 was last seen over this ridge line. Oh, and he's popped up to have a quick look. Found the T-54 Mod 1, but he was seen, so he's putting back down again. And you can see these tanks on Fiery Salient in the way. Oh, that was a round from the enemy Arty. There's a GW Tiger P and an Object 261. Can't tell which shell that came from. Under the new stun mechanic, obviously you know which shell it was if you were close within the stun range. But he's going back up on top of the hill. And I think the reason he might be doing that is because the T-54 Mod 1 will be easier to kill from the hill than it will be from the centre line. Plus, of course, he can probably get sight on the Griller and maybe the IS-3 as well. Okay, there's the IS-3. Okay, so we spotted the IS-3. Oh, he's in an open position, but we weren't dialed in. It's unfortunate that he locked on, and the IS-3 ducked over the railway line as quickly as he could. He must have known that he was spotted. 6 cents went off, had to get away as quickly as he could. Now, there might be an enemy up in the north, and he might be spotting, so we're just going to sit in the bush for a second. That Reveille is moving around us. Now, he's totally spotted that Reveille. And where is he? There he is. And so we're looking over there. Oh, there's the Griller. Okay, dialed in. Fires the auto aim. Fires the second one in, gets a hit, and gets the kill. Lovely. Now he's gone for a reload. Oh, it's a T-34. Where is he? He's over on the other side. So he did take a round, and it looks like that round went in through the magazine, or is it through the rear of the vehicle? Let's have one round go in on the vehicle there as well. It's very difficult to ascertain exactly where the shell went in, but he's moving back into a firing position. I don't think he was spotted that time. The Reveille moved up on the into the riverbed in the north, and I think he's indicating there might be an enemy ahead. Or is he saying come to my position? Well, if the Reveille takes any damage, and we can see that by looking at him at the moment. Is he losing any hit points? No, he's not losing any hit points. If there was an Arty on the right hand side of the map, on the east side of the map, then that Reveille would have lost a lot of hit points by now. We're looking towards the railway carriages, but the Reveille is moving up along the railway line and not being hit. So I don't think there's any enemies on the east side of the map at all. Everyone's the other side of the railway line. Okay, so the Arty's targeting the T-34. the T-54 Mod 1's over there at the centre line. So I think ineedcoffeedude is going to move up to the railway crossing. There's the T-54 Mod 1. He moved back. And he knew that he'd been spotted. He suddenly dropped below the line, so he's got 6 cents. We're locked on. He's not going to dip. Oh, that was a bit dicey. Could have flipped if he'd gone in. They did have dicey physics back then as well. But he's closing. So's the Revolution. I think they're both going to go over at the same time. He's going to go to the end before he pops over. No, he's decided he's not going to do it just straight away. He's got their attention now. The Revolution's got them, and that's a kill shot. So that's his 4th kill. GW Tiger, the other side, he fires 1 round and gets a kill. Oh, no, he doesn't get the kill. Goes to the Revolution. Well, that's nice. So, he's got 4 kills, and the M53-55 has asked to platoon. He's got 3. So he could platoon right now, or has he actually put the request in? No, I think he put the request in. So he spotted another one, and it's the Object 261. Is he going to pop that one? No, doesn't need to. He's been ammo racked. So AMX-50B, only 3 rounds in the mag. He's got 15 rounds left. Fires the second one in, and gets another one in, but he's lost. Oh! Didn't have enough ammunition and or hit points left to kill the AMX-50B and got taken out, unfortunately. That was sad. Yeah, I think he didn't check his ammunition state after killing that that T-54. In fact, it was all so quick he wasn't able to pop a reload, plus the fact he saw the GW Tiger P, fired at him, put around him, but he was then killed immediately, and he pushed ahead rather than sitting there waiting for a reload to go in, which probably would have been the wiser decision. But the 50B is moving down the west side of the map, and I'm not sure he knows where the M53 is, but he does now. He's just been wiped out, and that was game. Oh dear. So unfortunate there at the end, but let's have a look at the end of battle stats. Oh my god, he got an ace tanker for that game. He ended up with a spotter badge for spotting at least 1,000 hit points of damage, a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits, he got 6, a fighter badge for getting at least 4 kills, he got 4 exactly, a fire for effect for doing more damage than the hit points to his own vehicle, and lastly, he picked up an epic medal. He got the High Calibre for dealing the most damage in the battle, and you can see this replay was from 31st of December 2016, so New Year's Eve 2016, 2 years ago. So let's have a look at team score. There you have it. High Calibre, 5,420 hit points of damage. Narrowly beat the Rheinmetall Scorpion G. Managed to get 4,916 on the enemy team. And then, of course, it was the M53, M55 on his own team who managed 3,226. And remember, this was before the stun mechanic came in. So obviously, Arty had much more potent force, so much better gun back then. When it came to kills, well, it was jointly held between the M53-55, the Bat Chat, and the AMX-50B. When in actual fact, it is the M53-55 really who can take the honours, because after all, he's tier 9, and both of these are tier 10s, so that's why he gets the pride of place at the top of the table. And when it comes to base XP, it is ineedcoffeedude in the Bat Chat who gets 1,246 because he did so much work, so much spotting as well. And then we've got the Scorpion with 967 and then the Type 61 with 957. So let's have a look at the detail report. Well, he fired 17 rounds. He had 17 direct hits and 16 penetrations. Shows the power of that 105mm gun back then. A damage of 5,420 hit points, of which 1,375 were at more than 300 meters. If only he'd reloaded that last magazine, he might have been able to see to that AMX-50B with another couple of shots. He received 6 hits from the enemy, 5 of them were penetration, 1 non-penetration, and he also received 1 hit as a result of splash damage. He actually spotted 4 enemy vehicles, damaged 8 of the enemy, killed 4 of the enemy, and did 3,355 hit points of spotting assist. On a premium count, he earned 94,077 credits from that battle. After repair and ammunition resupply, he took away 49,847 credits. He received 1,869 XP, times 2 for the first victory, took away 3,738 experience points altogether. So, pretty spectacular round in the Bat Chat 25 ton. You can see it's actually quite a different beast from the one today. It's a little well, it's still fun for most people to play, but it's still a challenge to try and kill one of these because they are so quick. If you're in an Arty and you see a Bat Chat 25 ton moving about the battlefield, you are afraid. You are very afraid, because they can turn up just like that out of nowhere and just wipe you out with a couple of shots. So if you enjoyed this replay, please give it a like and do subscribe to our channel, and hopefully it'll be your replay that I'll be featuring in the next video.